And we're back with Dubster Live. The series where we look at something's English dub and see if it's fun. And we're here with Konosuba, our next isekai. There really aren't enough isekais. You know, they should make more of these.
No, they really shouldn't. They need to stop. Get some new ideas already, people.
Hey, we got Vending Machine in Another World coming in July, man.
Exactly, we've reached such the bottom of the barrel with their inanimate objects. So anyways.
I can't help it. I'm a sucker for the isekai genre, too, so I'm partly to blame. But yeah, so Konosuba, the one that popularized the parody isekai genre. I don't know if it was the first parody isekai, but it's definitely the one that made the thing mainstream. So
clearly one of the parody isekais of all time.
This show is amazing. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's hilarious. 2 seasons, 1 film, are all that exists for now. Is what I would say, but at the time of this, the first episode of the new spin-off just aired, but we'll get to that at some point. So yeah, for now we're just covering the 2 seasons of its film. So Konosuba, God's blessing on this wonderful world, or oh god, Kono Subarashi Seikai ni Shukufuku wo. Why? There's a novel series by Natsume Akatsuki that started in 2013 and would run with 17 volumes ending in 2020. He also did Kimono Michi and Combatants Will Be Dispatched, 2 other anime we'll probably cover someday. I mean, Ty, you like those, right?
Yes. One of them was definitely, we are definitely better off having aired in the same season as Cautious Hero, because you need something to watch that piece of shit with. Anyways.
Oh, Cautious Hero. We already covered that. One of our earliest episodes. Anyway. Konosuba would get an anime by Studio Dean, who did the classic Rurouni Kenshin anime, and the old Pigarashi, and other stuff too. What, I'm trying to focus on the good stuff they did this time, because this is actually one of their good series. No need to really shit on them this time, which is surprising, since it's modern Dean.
Well, it's because their shortcomings can't only work because this is a comedy.
Yeah. Well, the anime would air in 2016, with the dub taking 3 years to come out. Thank you, Crunchyroll. Coming out in 2019, a mere few weeks before Isekai Quartet aired, the crossover isekai that featured this in it. I would bet anything that this dub only came out right before it because they realized, oh shit, we have to dub these characters now. What are we going to do for the dub fans?
Yes.
So we'll get into why I think this theory might be accurate in a bit when we get to one of the characters on the cast list and the confusing dub-specific history with him and his voice actors. But yeah, I guess let's get to the show itself. So, Konosuba follows our main man Kazuma, who you think would be hit by truck-kun, but no. He tries pushing someone out of the way and it turns out to just be a tractor. And when he's reincarnated into the goddess realm, the goddess even tells him, no, you didn't get hit by it. It's slow as fuck tractor. In fact, you died of shock when you hit the ground. Because you thought it was a truck.
Placebo.
Yeah, you thought it was a truck. And then she laughs her ass off saying, I've never heard of anyone dying in such a ridiculous way. Yeah. Even his family is laughing at the absurdity when the doctors tell them that he died like that. Well, long story short, his option is to reincarnate into a new world, a fantasy world, to take on the Demon King, and he can bring one thing with him, doesn't matter what it is. Any godly power or weapon. He picks the goddess because he wanted to get back at her for her laughing at him. Yeah. You're gonna find out real quick, everyone on the show is kind of a dick in their own way, but it's hilarious.
And I mean, an asshole, including you.
I mean, to be fair, if I were in Kazuma's position, I'd probably bring the goddess too, because it's like, bitch, you're laughing at me and I just died. Fuck you. And if you're the goddess, you gotta be helpful, right? You got to be the best cheat code on this journey. Oh, little did he know. So yeah, in this new world, everything that could possibly go wrong does. The only stat he has going for him is his luck, which is incredibly high. That's it. He sucks as a fighter and everything else. All of his other stats are low as shit. Also, it turns out this goddess, named Aqua, is useless as fuck.
God of useless.
Exactly. See, Dai gets it. They even make a comment when they appraise her at the guild, because no one believes that she's a goddess when she tries telling people, that her intelligence is abnormally low. Yeah, Aqua's dumb as fuck. But she's able to get the class Archpriest because of her unusually high magic power. It's good she's still a goddess. And, yeah, you all can take it from there, I guess. We'll introduce the rest of the characters when we get to the cast list, but you get the idea. Shenanigans ensue as they get ready to form an adventure party because they need to defeat the Devil King, so Aqua can go back home, because that's the only way she can get back to being a goddess again. And Kazuma can live the good life because he just wants to be lazy. But alright. Dai, animation!
I mean, you can tell there's a lot of shortcuts in here, and they only really work because it's a comedy.
Yeah, everyone says that their comedies still hold up really well. Because I think I mentioned another one, Haven't You Heard Sakamoto was another comedy they did around this time, and people said it was decent too.
It's not like they would fuck off if they were handed a project by someone highly regarded for their drawings or some shit and fuck that up, right? They wouldn't fuck up Junji Ito, right?
Hey, we're not talking about Dean's shitcomings. We're focusing on when they do something right, and this is one of the few times they did. Especially works because animation isn't everything, and this series proves it. The comedy, punchlines, that everything else work. But hey, it's not like they'd even get to keep the series for long, because the film, Legend of Crimson, was handed off to J.C. Staff. You all know, people behind Don Machi.
Yeah.
And, yeah, J.C. Staff didn't even keep it either. They handed it off with Season 3 and the spin-off going to Studio Drive, a studio I've never fucking heard of, and every time I tried looking stuff up on them, I kept getting Akudama Drive. I'm pretty sure they are not related.
Or are they?
QX-Files theme.
There's just a part where you hire an actual editor.
Well, anyway. So yeah, animation's fine. OST works too. I like the OST. Works for comedic stuff. Oh. Well, no real complaints about that. Well, as far as that all goes, I guess let's get to the reason this is called Dubster Dive. First, the dub was handled ADR and script by Alex Von David, who we've covered here numerous times before. Erased, Kill la Kill, SAO, and yeah, he's quickly becoming, in my opinion, one of the best ADR directors that LA currently has. This dub is another great example of that. A lot of people praise the hell out of this dub, some even preferring it to the Weeb version, and it's easy to see why. We'll get to that in a minute, though. I mean, Dai, didn't you notice a lot of the dialogue being hilarious? Just like Kill la Kill? Makes sense with his script. I mean, there's a couple of dub-only things that you could tell are here. Like someone saying get bent, I'm pretty sure is a dub-only term. And Kazuma...
that was also the name of an episode.
Yeah. Kazuma also saying, man, this Succubi Dream service is lit! Again, guarantee that's dub only as well. But it's not enough to actually be really fucking annoying looking at you sound cadence. It's just a couple of things here and there. Speaking of Kazuma, who voices our main man who's a massive perv and a degenerate? Yeah, so I guess we could talk more about him now. One of the abilities he quickly learns, he goes for the thief class more or less, is the ability to steal any random item when he uses it on someone. So when he uses it on any female, yeah, he steals their panties.
Not
And
even trying to either.
nope. That's the sad part. Although when he gets them, it's not like he's disappointed either. And then he ransoms them back to the female for money because he's a dick. I mean, to be fair to Kazuma, though, when a woman tries picking a fight with him, his exact words are, "Hey, I believe in gender equality. I don't give a shit who it is. I'll throw it down with anyone." Which, I mean, that is true gender equality, isn't it? Anyway, Kazuma is voiced by Arnie Pintoya, who you'd all know, as we covered here before, Bit from Back Arrow, where it's literally just a toned-down Kazuma, and Pegasus Tenma from Saint Seiya the Lost Canvas. Those are literally his 3 most major roles. That's it. We've officially covered everything he mained in. That'll make you sad, Die.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he does great as Kazuma. He does great as Kazuma. You can tell in the first episode he's still finding his footing. I'd say by Ep 3 is when he finds it and gets perfect as him. Which Aqua's voice actor will get to in a minute even openly admits that, yeah, a lot of them were still finding their footing in the first episode or 2. But yeah, you could tell he's having a lot of fun with this. So no complaints for him. But after him, we have Aqua, the dumbass goddess herself who can go from one emotional extreme to the other. One minute she's acting all pompous and talking down, the next she's screaming and, well, acting like a big baby.
Mostly that one.
Yeah. As Kazuma put it, she likes getting drunk until she goes blind. That's her whole thing. Well, she's voiced by Feimata. Yukiko from JoJo Diamond is unbreakable, and Stofo from Fate Apocrypha. Because everyone loves to trap, right, Die? Everybody!
No.
Well, yeah. This Hold Your Shock is one of her favorite laurels. She absolutely loves this character.
Laurels?
Laurels. I know what I said, I bit my tongue. And, yeah, she's actually the only one I could really find an interview for about this, kind of. Talking about her character here. Oh, there's that. Where she even pointed out some of the scenes that we get to go into where she had fun doing. Do I remember the scene where she was getting chased around by gators and shit?
Yeah.
And shouting purification, trying to exorcise the corrupted lake, and crying at the same time?
Yeah.
She openly admits that that scene was kind of difficult to do, but all she had to do was channel her time playing Smash Brothers online and overreacting at everything. Hey man, I played fighting games a lot online. I understand. I know what that means.
And you understand how stupid some people are in it. You got all those Baraka victories of you just standing.
The Baraka dance will live forever! Yeah, she also says anytime that they talk, character talk with their mouth full, including Aqua, she and a lot of others just had a piece of an apple in their mouths to make it sound authentic. That a lot of dub studios will do that. Because for some reason, a small piece of an apple will sound just like any other food. Period. So.
Food is food.
Yep. She was also the one that said, in episode 1, if you listen, you can tell she was still finding her Aqua voice, because it's literally all over the place. Where some moments it was really deep, others it wasn't. But by Ep 2 or 3, she really got it down. And, yeah, she was proud of one scene where she was talking to herself normally, and then Kazuma drags her arm and she starts screaming completely at full force and then immediately going into crying, where she did that whole scene in one take. And she even said, she's like, yeah, I'm proud of that, I don't care, that scene was amazing.
Every time, everyone's proud of the one take scene.
Yep. I mean, hey, she loved the emotional extremes that she got to go through. 1 minute being crazy, the next being completely calm, and then the next just being angry. So, yeah, she's definitely one of the MVPs for the dub. I'd say all the mains did a great job. There was one story she told, too, where that really shows, on a side tangent, Crunchyroll's mindset. So, she said that her and a lot of the co-workers for Crunchyroll rented out a small theater and played Konosuba as like a dub watch party with all the co-employees and shit. One of the co-employees was I don't know, she didn't name names obviously, but he was greatly offended at the scene where it was a close-up of Aqua's ass. It's like, yeah, if anyone has questions why they censor fan service, let that be a lesson right there for all 2 Crunchyroll stands that still exist.
Yeah.
But yeah. Otherwise, though, Faye did fucking amazing as Aqua, and I could imagine this probably would have been a very difficult character to voice. I don't think most other people would have been able to nail it right with how psychotic Aqua is. Sorry, did you waifu Aqua?
No, I'm good.
You fiend! But after her, we've got our next party member who's also insane in her own way. Megumi, the mage, the arch-wizard of the group, who's a crimson demon. She's a chuny. She believes she's a crimson demon. And goes on about only wanting to know one spell and only learning one spell. The spell of explosion magic. Explosion magic die? Explodia?
Yes. Explosion magic.
Doesn't her incantation when she casts it change like every episode too?
Yes.
Blacker than the most pitch black void, darker than dark is literally an incantation that she says.
You can tell because there are some scenes where she's just in the background practicing it.
Yeah. Where she's like, unleash my anger. No. Unleash my madness. Yes, there we go. Anyway, she's voiced by Erica Mendez, who is Ayaka from Genshin Impact and Gon from Hunter x Hunter. In fact, because it's Alex Von David, we're going to have a lot of Hunter x Hunter overlap coming up in a bit. So, and Kill la Kill, since she was also Ryuko. And yeah, Erica Mendez did great as Megami, since Megami has to, go on edgy as fuck rants. Megami...
With a straight face.
I think I said Megami a few times. Fuck you, Food Wars. Their names are too similar.
What's the difference?
Anyway, Megamine is great.
Both of them are weirdos at one point or another. Just one more so than the other.
Yeah, well, Megamine is awesome. She's best girl. Fight me. Fight me, damn it. Hey, she's the star of her own spin-off. But yeah. After her, though, we've got the next party member, her own special gimmick. Darkness. Oh, real quick, before we go on to Darkness, Megamine can also only use explosion magic once a day, and that's her only spell. Then she immediately passes out. So if you see, Kazuma thinks his whole party is useless as fuck, because they are all useless. Aqua sucks at everything but purification magic, and I guess summoning water. And Megamine can only cast one spell that is basically a nuke, and that's it.
Yeah, and because she's a goddess, she attracts the undead.
Yep, because of her holy powers. So anytime undead shows up, it's like, yeah, you exorcised them, but they wouldn't have been here causing problems if you weren't here in the first place. But yeah, so Darkness is next, and she's a Crusader class, which I guess is the equivalent of the Knight in this universe, isn't it?
It's the tank.
Yeah. And she can't hit anything. Her aim is terrible. Like, they even make a joke where an enemy's standing still, and she misses every single shot. But that's okay with...
It, implying that she's using a gun or something.
You know what I mean? Slash attack. She's fine missing every attack, though, because she loves taking damage, because she's a massive masochist. She gets turned on anytime someone puts her down, like insulting her or anything. So when Kazuma gets mad at her and calls her a fucking idiot, more or less, or a dumbass, she gets turned on by it. It's like, how dare you insult me like this? It's humiliating. And yeah, she's voiced by Christina V, who's Noelle from Blaze Blue.
Speaking of Hunter.
Hunter. Yep, there's Killua and Noelle from Blaze Blue. I missed that series. Also Ben and Xingqiu from Genshin Impact, because we're going to have a lot of Genshin Impact people here too. I saw a lot of people online say Christina V actually made Darkness way hornier in the dub than she is in the sub in terms of sound. And I'm just thinking that's hilarious.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Okay, if you guys want to know, just here's an example of how much of a masochist Darkness is. She says her ideal man is someone that she could be married to that shouts at her, "Get your fat ass out onto the street and earn me my money."
While throwing his beer bottle at her.
While throwing his beer bottle at her. That is literal quoted word for word from her. And even Cosmo's
I wonder how much of that was amazing.
Yeah, I do too. Even Cosmo's like, oh my god, why are there so many freaks in my party? Because you got Megumin who's like, explosion's the only thing that matters. And then you got this also crazy bitch.
Also not just obsessed with it, gets off to it.
Yep. She acts like she climaxes a few times after using it too. After the explosion spell. Everyone in this show is fucking insane. But now that's our main party, what about some of the side characters? Because there's a few. First, we've got the guild receptionist, Luna, voiced by Erica Harlocker. Hey, Karaprika's here too from Hunter x Hunter. And Venti from Genshin. And
really, at this point, all we were missing was Matt Mercer.
Yeah, he was the only one who's never been in this yet. It was only Season 3 or the spin-off, I guess. But yeah. And she finds Kazuma's party useful, but uses a lot of pseudo-underhanded tricks to get him to do jobs. One of the OVAs, for example, she pays a fangirl to act like she's obsessed with Kazuma, and when Kazuma talks a big game, like, yeah, we did that job, no problem, Luna will show up and be like, really, if that's the case, this job just opened up, and you wouldn't want to let your fan down, would you?
Everyone's such a nice person.
Yeah. This show is one of those that teeters on your characters being unlikable, but they've managed to toe that fine line where everyone is still likable in their own way. Because Kazuma also knows not to take it too far. Same with the rest of the characters. They know when to be serious and tone this shit off. For as much as you can be serious in a show like this, I guess. Well, I guess there are other guild members. First, we have Chris, who's the thief that Kazuma studies under. She's the one who Kazuma first steals the panties of when he learns his thieving ability. Voiced by Kira Buckland, who's Jolene from JoJo. Rebecca from Eden Zero. Didn't some French group acquire the rights to that just now?
Yep, and that's why, and now we cannot watch it. Thanks, Kodansha.
Fuck you, Kodansha! And Maria from Testament. But, yeah. And she does fine as this character. She also voices the other goddess that Aqua has a, I guess, one-sided rivalry with, Eris. So...
Remember, Eris pads her chest.
Yeah, as Aqua says to one of her followers, if you're ever feeling swayed by Eris's ample bosom, just remember, chant this to yourself. The goddess Eris pads her chest. She says this to Kyle Aber, too, and Kyle Aber has to repeat that mantra to himself as he's leaving.
Surprisingly, only voiced 2 people in the whole thing.
But yeah, I wasn't able to find out if Chris and Eris were the same Japanese voice actor. That might have been a thing that could have been the case. I have no clue. But yeah. Kira Buckland was also a bunch of one-off ad voices, too. So she was probably one of the worst ones in terms of that. But so the double casting wasn't that bad in this, all things considered. It could have been much worse.
It's way better than a lot of other LA things.
Now that I think about it...
By a mile, really.
Isn't that the same with most of Alex's dubs? Kill la Kill wasn't that bad either, was it? Neither was Erased. Now that I think about it, SAO didn't have much overlap either. But yeah, Kira Buckland does a good job as both. She performs both of them differently as well, so... Since Chris is more...
And it's not like neither of them get much screen time anyways.
Yeah, and Eris is the sweet, innocent goddess. Chris is more laid-back, easygoing. She seems like the almost party girl type, in a way, with what little she does get. So, two different takes, I guess. She does fine as both.
She does have a throwaway line from Eris saying she does visit the world from time to time.
Yeah, so they could be the same person. That's my fan theory. That's our theory,
they have the same hair and eye color. That's all I got from it.
Yeah, so...
It would be hard to put a fake scar on your face.
Well, the last one from the guild we'll go over is Mitsurugi, who's supposed to be the hero of this world with his magical sword Graham until he has a bad day and challenging Kazuma to a duel. Yeah, Kazuma's kind of an asshole. He steals his sword and sells it on the black market, so Mitsurugi can't be the hero anymore. This happens very early on, so if anyone's wondering, no.
I mean, he buys it back.
But yeah, Mitsurugi's the chivalrous knight type. Like, come with me and I shall save you, Madam Damsel in Distress, etc. He's voiced by Billy Kometz, now Fumi from Shield Hero, and Metal from Boruto. Which, wonder if he'll still be Metal in the upcoming set. I don't know. That shit's been really weird.
They announced it, and it was still...
I got it. They're gonna... Exactly! They're gonna put his voice through one of those AI things, so he will voice Metal forever!
Oh, you did make a joke about a seance. That's close enough.
Nah, but Billy does an amazing job as Mitsurugi. Again, he's someone, though, that I feel can fit in almost any role from everything I've heard him in, so... But, yeah. After him, though, we've got the Devil King's Generals. So first, we've got one who is helping our heroes, Wiz. Her whole thing, she's a lich who was meant to maintain the Devil King's barrier around this castle, but doesn't really like working for him. Isn't her whole thing also she runs a store, but the more she works, the poorer she gets?
Yeah.
Because her ideas are shit.
She stocks the shop with useless items.
Yeah, that no one buys.
Like the one from the OVA.
Yeah.
It's a collar that's supposed to grant your wish. If it's not granted in 4 days, it chokes you to death.
Yep, and she says it's meant to put on people that are fat to motivate them to lose weight. It's like, well, I guess that's one way to motivate someone.
That's definitely a diet plan.
Yeah. And her and Aqua have a one-sided rivalry as well. Aqua doesn't like her because, you know, she's an undead. So, Aqua's presence alone is enough to make Wiz feel weak. She's voiced by...
pathetic and weak.
Exactly. She's voiced by Brianna Knickerbocker, who's Rem from ReZero and Hu Tao from Genshin. What?
Are you going to keep saying Genshin for everyone?
Yep. I still got a couple more Genshin left, damn it.
I mean, because you already missed Kuki Shinobi.
Just right, shit, I did. Well, there you go. See, everyone's in Genshin. You're in Genshin. No, but she does great as Wiz. Wiz is another sweet, innocent person. But now it's time for our, I guess, heals for the Demon King's Generals. First, we have Verdia, who's a Dullahan, voiced by Patrick Seitz, who's Dio from JoJo. And he was Scorpion in MK vs. DC 9 and 10. And I think still in the animated movies? Yeah, still in the animated movies, right? Yeah. Verdia's introduction is hilarious, though. So, he only shows up at the guild hall, or whatever, the town where the guild hall is, the town of beginnings, because he's
Outside
angry.
the town.
Yeah. He's angry because someone keeps casting explosion spells on his castle wall every single day. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. Could happen in the morning, could happen late at night, but every damn day, the explosions just never stop. Gee, I wonder who it was casting that explosion spell once a day on his castle.
Yeah, he said he was just going to leave the town alone because it was no threat.
Yep. Until that happened. Yeah, you all obviously know it was Megumin, because she said doing it in empty fields was fine and all, but it just wasn't the same anymore. And then she saw a castle she thought was abandoned. What?
Yeah, if she doesn't use it every day, she'll die.
Exactly. Fucking Chunies. Yeah. So Verdia casts a death curse spell that he wants to use on her, but of course darkness jumps in the way and people think she's being valiant. No! Darkness is just being masochistic because she wanted to get hit by the curse. Did she
also
even make...
something while being chained up in the Double King's dungeon, you know.
Yeah, she's like, oh my god, this Duahan wants to tie me up and do unspeakable things to me, and Verdia just screams, what are you talking about, you crazy woman? Get away from me! Patrick Sight's delivery is great. Again, we're breaking down some of these scenes to just show you, like, this dub is fucking phenomenal. This would not work with any lesser dub. But yeah.
Especially how one of them has two different takes, because he's yelling at who's been hurling explosions at my castle as the episode cliffhanger. His voice breaks at the end.
Yep, and then it doesn't break at the recap of the next episode.
I think they should have just kept the first.
I do too. I like the first take better when his voice cracks, because it sounds more hilarious.
Probably why they used it as the zinger.
Yeah. Well, after him, though, we have Vanir, or sometimes they say Von Year with a Y sound effect. Yeah, they're not really consistent with his name. What's his whole thing?
Consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, isn't his whole thing like he's a mask that possesses people?
Yes.
Yeah. So, he said his motivation is to make a strong dungeon where heroes fight through it, and then once they have a difficult boss battle against him at the end, and as he's dying, a chest will appear behind him. The heroes will think they've won with gold and treasure, but inside is just a note that says, "You lose." And then he'll die happy, knowing he fucked with them. That's so stupid. Well, here's the character that has interesting dub history. So, only Season 1 of Konosuba was dubbed before Isekai Quartet aired. Vanir appears in Quartet Season 1, but since he doesn't appear until Konosuba Season 2, you see the problem. In Quartet Season 1, they had to pick someone, so in there he was voiced by Anthony Boland. But we'll talk about...
For some reason?
Yeah. We'll get to his performance as him whenever we cover Quartet. For now, though, the relevant one is Robbie Damon plays him now. You all know Prompto from FF15, or, Who from Hi-Fi Rush?
Chai.
Thank you. Yes. And again, Robbie Damon's great as his fucking character. He also has to go over the top, because, yeah... he possesses darkness, and darkness is getting off to it. And he's freaking the fuck out about it, thinking that she's insane.
Thinking.
Yeah. The last Devil King for the main series, at least, is Hans, who's a slime. Who's voiced by Kellen Goth, Overhaul from My Hero Academia, and Hoodlum from Akudama Drive.
That second one's just random, but okay.
Hey man, a lot of people like that show, myself included. And yes, he also does amazing here. We've quoted on a few of our we've quoted on a few of our Let's Plays where he goes, soap detergent, soap detergent, soap detergent. Because the town he's currently invading constantly tries offering him holy soap detergent that's blessed by the goddess herself. And because he's a slime, that shit's kind of poisonous to him. So...
Well, he's a poisonous slime.
Yeah.
So what they're trying, it cleans him.
Yep. Yeah, Kellen Goth, again, also did amazing job. Oh, we didn't even mention Patrick Seitz was a few ad voices at the time Hans shows up too. But surprisingly not as many as you'd think. It's like, what, 3?
Yeah, he was 0 ad voices in Season 1, but it's like, we're getting him in for some backflashes, might as well.
Yeah. The last Heavenly King, Devil King, that we get is in the movie, Sylvia, who is, the Devil King's general for research and development. She experimented on herself, too.
Yeah.
I got a story to tell about that in a second. But first, she's voiced by Carrie Keranen, Casca from one of our upcoming Dubster lives, Berserk, and Satsuki from Kill la Kill. And, again, amazing fucking job. I don't think I've heard a bad performance from her.
Yeah.
But after a race...
What's she gonna do, call you retarded?
Yeah, I was waiting for her to call someone that in this after he raced. Damn it, man, I was trying to look up if there were outtakes or bloopers shown at a con for this dub like Alex does with all of his other ones, because he did that with Kill la Kill, he did it with SAO, but no, there was nothing for this. I guess the show itself doesn't really need any, though.
It'd probably be no different. Hers are usually all the same.
Well...
What?
Yeah. So, Sylvia, Kazuma's infatuated with her right away, because she, yeah, again, she's really hot. She's stacked more or less from top to bottom. Because it's like, I'm going to go with her. And he's, you know, getting all huggy with her. But then he asks the age-old question after she says, I've experimented on myself as well, giving me body parts from every gender, both male and female. He's like, why do I feel something poking me?
That's because there is something poking you.
I'm not gonna name names, but I trolled someone we know so fucking hard with that by saying, like, dude, this character Sylvia, when you watch the Konosuba movie, because we watched it before him, saying, like, you're gonna fucking love Sylvia, dude. She's gonna be your top waifu. And after she first showed up, he even messaged me, like, dude, I love her so much, you're right, she's fucking hot. And he got so mad when he found out she was a Futanari. He got so fucking pissed at me.
Well, it's their fault for listening to you in the first place. At this point, they should expect something's up because it's just you and Jim.
Yeah. But only a few characters left. So next we have, speaking of the movie, Megumin's self-proclaimed rival from the Crimson Demon Village, Union, and second place for Best Girl. Fight me. And, yeah, Union knows it, intermediate magic. She's just now starting to learn advanced. Which, there's a reason for that. They go into the backstory in the movie. Betting the spinoff might show us the full details of that, too. But yeah, she wants to beat Megumin, so that way she can prove she's the greatest Crimson Demon, because she's a Chuny also. Yeah, if you couldn't figure it out, the Crimson Demon Village are nothing but a village of Chunies. That's it. All of them say edgy shit.
Created by a recurring guy.
Which, we'll get to him. He's the last one we'll go over. But yeah, Union is voiced by Kaylee Mills. Oh, hey, look, it's Kaching from Genshin Impact. And Amelia from ReZero. What?
You're just being lazy and just saying Genshin Impact.
I am, but I'm also trying to say notable roles they don't know right away. I mean, I could have also said Fiore from Fate Apocrypha, I suppose. But yeah.
Or his text-to-speech auto-corrected it to for you, Fate Apollo.
Exactly. Thank you, autocorrect. But yeah, she does amazing as Union. Union is energetic and upbeat and over-hyperactive, etc. Oh. Now, Though we forgot, though, the most important party member to go over. I was saving this party member for last. Chomosuke, the true main character. Okay, Chomosuke's the mascot. They're a pet cat that Megumin adopted.
Just randomly in one of the episodes. No fanfare. It's just there.
I don't even know what gender the cat is. I'm serious.
Their
I don't think they ever say he or she.
Chomosuke.
Yeah, they're Chomosuke. Well, Chomosuke is voiced by Ryan Bartley, who's Rom from ReZero, and Latina from If It's From My Daughter, I'd Even Defeat a Demon Lord. One of our very first Dubster dives again. Unless you want to name something else off die that I missed. We got ReZero Season 3 coming. So happy.
I don't know. There's someone in Sonic Frontiers. Some AI named Sage or something.
There we go. So yes, that. She's also a couple of one-off characters and ad voices, including a sadist toaster robot waifu that a psychotic scientist creator created. But yeah, I don't know what you all want. Chomosuke doesn't talk. All Chomosuke does is purr and meow and make noises like that. So not really much to
I'm more surprised it's even dubbed.
Yeah.
Usually that's the perfect excuse for them to be as lazy as possible.
Yeah. But again,
but then again, we have Guts and Kill la Kill, so I guess...
Yeah, so the last one to go over is, they're just credited as creator. Because he created a walking death tank named the Destroyer. He created the toaster sadist waifu robot because, in his own words, because I'm a bad boy. And he wanted to be punished and dominated.
And I like it rough.
And I like it rough, yeah. And, yeah. He created a bunch of other shit in the series, too, which you'll find out whatever you guys watch. You should watch it. It's real good. Anyway, he's voiced by Keith Silverstein, who's Dr. Wily in Mega Man 11. Didn't you say this guy kind of looks like Wily?
Kind of looks like it. Well, when he's old.
Yeah.
Because the timelines of the flashbacks to him are all over the place.
Yeah. Because when he reincarnated into that world, with his one ability that he wanted was the ability to create anything as long as he had the desire to create it. So he wanted to create a walking death tank because he thought it was cool. He wanted to create a toaster waifu because, again, he likes it rough. And he always wanted a robot girlfriend.
He also created a giant robot thing.
Because mechas are awesome.
He couldn't pilot it because the shaking made him not inside the cockpit made him nauseous.
He literally said it felt like I was sitting inside a washing machine. But I mean, hey, Mega Man thought the robot was cool.
I mean, of course she did.
Yeah. But yeah. I guess the last character to mention is Senna, who's, I guess, a prosecutor, kind of, that's overseeing Kazuma's crimes because he always gets into trouble accidentally destroying shit that he doesn't mean to. She's only in, like, 3 episodes, though, but she's on the main cast list, so might as well.
Because she's part of, like, the first
half of Season 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she might have been in one of the OVA for Season 2 also? Yeah. Well, she's voiced by Allegra Clark, who's Boss from AI Somnium Files. We might have LP'd that, if I haven't plugged that enough or not. Oh, no.
What are you talking about? It doesn't exist. Maybe you should go check and see if it's there.
And I'm gonna say it, I know what else she was in.
What else was she in?
She's... Yeah, I'm not gonna say Get You to Pack. Fuck that. Fuck Beto. Damn it, I said it! Anyway. Yeah, she's fine as Senna. Again, Senna's, the stern blah blah type. It's her typecast. That's it.
She was like also an additional guild clerk in like one of the episodes.
Yeah. But, that's really it out of the main cast. I know someone's going to bring up Megumin's family from the movie Legend of Crimson, but guys, we've gone through enough people, and we'll have to cover them when we get to the spin-off anyways. So, we'll save them for then.
If they're even really in this, and watch them barely be in the spin-off, if at all.
That's a good point. I'm pretty sure they will be, though, based on the synopsis. Could be wrong on that, though. But we'll see. Yeah, and as far as the ad voice go, we already said they're not terrible in this. Again, we heard one Christina V ad voice out of all the major mains. That's it.
And that was in like a big group too.
Yeah, so it's one like, and it was her doing her high pitched voice too, so you wouldn't even notice that it was Darkness's VA. Also, you do get Derek Stephen Prince doing a hilarious Goblin voice.
He loves his weird voices.
And didn't you say Sean Shiplock might have been one also? I mean, he was on the cast list, and he was a few one-off characters, so probably was him.
I mean, he was one of the Crimson Demons in that movie, so I'm pretty sure I was right with that.
Yeah. That's basically it. Again, you went over the dub, and it's really fucking good. There's a lot of people out there who say that this is the most official abridged series English dub that we've probably had. I mean, Ghost Stories might have actually topped that one, but we'll talk about that a different day. But in terms of the modern era, I could see why they say that. This dub is really fucking good. And you could tell everyone involved genuinely cared about it. From the director to the script to all the voice actors involved.
Just remember, release the mayonnaise.
I have no idea why they said that. I'm still confused. Like, what the fuck? The cabbages are alive! As far as MVP for the dub, I don't know. This is actually a really hard one to choose, because on one hand you have you have Christina V as Darkness, who was fucking amazing. Then on the other you have Faye Mata, who had to obviously work really hard to make Aqua work, because that character it's fucking Aqua. And then you have Arnie as Kazuma, and well, it's Kazuma, who has to go from scenes talking like, damn it, I hate this so much, to when a chick even remotely shows 1% interest in him, try acting like, typical alpha manly man, like, hey there, yeah, I kicked that thing's ass. It's fucking great. This dub is hilarious from top to bottom. So.
But if Kazuma could ever teach you one life lesson, don't be a whining harem-having baby bitch.
That is the greatest quote from that series, which we will be getting to at some point. As far as next goes, though, we'll see. There's a couple of things coming in the pipeline. So, yeah. But we'll be visiting Konosuba when we cover an explosion on this wonderful world. Because, of course, Megumin got her own spin-off. She's a meme lord. You always give the spin-offs to the meme lord, Die.
I mean, just saying explosion became a big thing.
Exactly. But yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed this one, and yes, this series was definitely a lot of fun to revisit. I fucking love Konosuba, dude. I'm so happy it's back.
Now go get back to your day jobs of folding milk cartons.
Like Aqua, the useless goddess. And yeah, we didn't even spoil a lot of the best jokes in this series, because again, we don't want to do that for those who haven't seen it. But those who've seen it, no, just go watch it. This is one we could easily recommend the dub for. But until then, hope you all enjoyed. We'll be back next time. And remember, Die, soap detergent. And also, be like Kazuma. Throw down with anyone. Whatever that means. Bye!